Hi guys, today we're going to be brewing Northern Brewer's extra special bitter kit, extract kit. So included in the kit are 6.3 pounds of gold malt extract, 2 ounces of Willamette hops, 2 ounces of UK Kent Golding, and a pound of medium crystal grain. So you're going to collect 2.5 gallons of water and bring it to between 150 and 160 degrees Fahrenheit. You're going to take your crystal malt and use your muslin bag and very carefully pour your grain into your bag over top of your pot, because we don't want to spill this everywhere and it's kind of dusty. And this step's just kind of like making tea. We want to keep the temperature between 150 and 160 degrees for 20 to 30 minutes. Keeping it within that range will extract all the flavors we want without also extracting astringent compounds. So I'm going to tie this off and then put the lid on it, and we're just going to let it sit for about half an hour. After 30 minutes, remove your grain bag and let it drain, but do not squeeze the bag. Squeezing the bag will pull out some of the husks and other astringent compounds. The same reason you don't squeeze a tea bag. And once it's done dripping, just drop it in the trash can. And turn your kettle up to a boil. Once your kettle has reached a boil, we're going to add in our 60-minute hops. This is 2 ounces of Willamette. We're going to stir, and then we're slowly going to add in the 3.15 pounds of malt syrup while we turn off the heat. We don't want to scorch this on the bottom. And we want to stir constantly the entire time we're adding. Once this is all mixed in, we're going to bring the mixture back to a boil and boil for 60 minutes till the next hop addition at 30 minutes. Okay, so we've added the last of our malt syrup and our second hop addition, and now we're about to make our last hop addition. This addition is being made at flame out to promote aromatic characteristics of the hops. So now we're going to turn off the heat, cover the pot, and put it somewhere to cool. We want to cool this as rapidly as possible to promote coagulation of all the proteins and solids that are still left in here. That'll give us a nice clear beer with minimal chill haze. So in the winter, I like to fill the bathtub with cold tap water and just plunk the pot right down in here. You don't really have to worry about contamination at this point, because the pot just came off the stove. It's got tons of steam inside under the lid, pushing everything bad out. I've let this sit for a few hours to about 12 hours. I've let it sit overnight before to let it cool off. So time isn't really a factor right now. After your beer is cooled, you're going to rack your wort into your fermenter using a siphon. Then you're going to top it up with cold water to make 5 gallons. And then you're going to shake it up really well to aerate the wort. Oxygen helps promote yeast growth, which is vital to a complete fermentation. Then you're going to dump in your packet of dry yeast and wait a few days. In 4 weeks, or so, give or take, you will have finished beer, which you will then want to siphon into a keg or bottle. After your beer is finished fermenting, move it to a countertop or someplace elevated to settle for a few minutes. Sanitize your siphon, place it in, and be careful not to let it reach the bottom level where the yeast cake is. That'll help avoid picking up too much sediment. And then you want to just monitor the process while you're siphoning into your keg. Try to avoid picking up too much yeast. You can see how nice and clear this beer appears. And once it's all siphoned in, You're going to hook it up to your kegging system and wait about a week for it to pressurize and serve.